Special topic 2, test 2. Which is a characteristic of many hybrid electric vehicle gasoline engines?
Smaller displacement.
Do they have an offset crankshaft, a variable valve timing and or displacement, smaller displacement, or all of the above?
You're talking about number 1, right?
Yep.
All of the above.
All of the above. And Joe gets the gold star, at least for the question. Number 2, a hybrid electric vehicle gasoline engine usually uses what viscosity of engine oil? Ding, 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 ding.
Is it
D.
0W20.
Okay.
But believe it or not, and this doesn't make any sense if you're thinking logically, 5W20 is thicker than 0W20, although it seems like that's counterintuitive. Number 3, brake horsepower is calculated using which of the following?
2 times pi times
Torque times RPM divided by 5252. You're just guessing. All right, now listen, what I need to make sure that you guys recognize, if you're ever changing the oil in a hybrid vehicle, make doggone sure you put exactly the right oil in it or the fuel economy will suffer. Because they're watching their fuel economy and they're going to say, I was getting 96 miles to the gallon and after you changed the oil, now I'm only getting 89. So I need you to do something about this. And the tire pressure's got to be perfect, the tires have got to be perfect, everything's got to be perfect, they're real close. Torque is expressed in units of what?
foot-pounds?
Foot-pounds is good. Although, if you say foot-pounds, you're actually supposed to get it wrong if you don't put pound-feet. Now, that's kind of dumb. Nobody says pound-feet, but that's actually what the right answer is. You know that big fancy torque wrench you guys use to torque the lugs on that truck? If you look at it, it's a snap-on torque wrench. It says pound-feet. Which I think is kind of dumb because nobody says that. We all say foot-pounds, but pound-feet is what it is. Horsepower can also be expressed in what?
Pound-feet per second.
Foot-pounds per minute. Right? Isn't that funny? Yeah, I mean, see how the questions seem to mess each other up? I mean, seem to contradict each other? Hybrid electric vehicle gasoline engines often use what systems to achieve maximum fuel economy?
All of the above.
Listen to him, all of the above. Wideband oxygen sensors, variable valve timing, returnless fuel delivery system. Number 7, the Atkinson Cycle engine design, what? Uses the same 4-stroke cycle but delays the closing of the intake valve.
So just C.
Believe it or not, that engine design was one of the oldest engine designs as far as internal combustion that there is. 1887, I think, is when it came out.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. A wideband oxygen sensor is used to do what?
All of the above.
Help improve fuel economy by allowing the engine to operate at a lean air fuel ratio. Help the engine achieve ultra low emission vehicle rating and help the engine achieve super low. Anyway, all of the above. The use of an offset crankshaft is used to do what?
Reduce all noise.
It improves fuel economy by reducing internal engine friction. Pretty cool stuff. Number 10, we were going quick. We'll be through before you know it. One key way to improve fuel economy is to reduce pumping losses. What methods are used in many hybrids to reduce pumping losses?
C.
All of the above. Variable valve timing, Atkinson cycle, electronic throttle control. Number 11, what type ignition system is used on hybrid electric gasoline engines?
All of the above.
Waste spark compression sensing coil on plug system is the one that's supposed to be right. That's C. If a wideband oxygen sensor is used, it may be called a what?
All of the above.
Lean air fuel sensor, wideband air oxygen sensor, or linear air fuel, all of the above. Any of those would be right. All hybrid electric vehicles use what? Coil on plug ignition. When an engine is operating at leaner than 14.7 to 1 lambda, that will be considered what? More than 1.00. All right. Gasoline engines in hybrid vehicles often what? Need electric motors to start the internal combustion engine. During one stroke in a 4-stroke engine cycle, the crankshaft revolves at how many degrees?
720.
No, one stroke. One stroke.
180.
There you go. Ain't that right? Everybody like that? 180 is the correct answer. During a complete combustion cycle in a 4-cycle engine, the crankshaft revolves how many degrees?
720.
720.
Not sure one of that came to our fax number or not.
Oh, yes. Those rascals, they were supposed to call me. Okay, well, they've given me what I needed. Appreciate it, Joe. Jimmy. All right. Okay. Let me see. The component that connects the piston to the crankshaft is called the what?
Connecting rod.
Everybody like that answer? Connecting rod. Show me a connecting rod.
Do we have one in here?
You gotta tell them.
Right there on that piston. That's it.
I had to look for the piston.
Rat T, if the statement is true and if the statement is false, today there are 3 hybrid vehicles that use superchargers.
And then there's one.
False.
Well, you were telling us about one, I thought.
Yeah, just one. I mean, false. There's not 3. All right. So choose one alternative that best completes the statement. Right. This is multiple choice like we've been doing. Blah. Technician A says the Atkinson cycle improves combustion efficiency by leaving the intake valve open longer than normal. Technician B says this increases the effective compression ratio. Which technician is correct? A. A. Just A. Technician A says torque is a rotating force. Technician B says torque may not always cause movement. Which technician is correct? C. Both connections are right. See how fast I can move when I want to? If I decide I want to elaborate, though, I will. All right. Technician A says all piston pins are offset. Technician B says offset piston pins increase friction. Which technician is correct about that?
Both.
What about it? B. Technician A says variable valve timing improves performance. Technician B says cylinder deactivation helps increase fuel economy. Which technician is correct about that?
Both? No.
Hmm?
I thought it was both for a second.
It is both. It is, yes, both of them. Hybrid electric vehicles, A, may use an offset engine crankshaft to reduce internal friction. B, usually do not use a conventional starter motor. C, both A and B. D, neither A nor B.
C.
Don't you love those kind of questions? That's C, both A and B. Technician A says most hybrid electric vehicles use a special hybrid fuel injection system to deliver fuel to the internal combustion engine, and Technician B says most hybrid electric vehicles use an ignition system to fire the spark plugs of the internal combustion engine. Who's right about that?
Neither.
B. They don't use special hybrid fuel injection. It's not any different than the other. Technician A says the more cylinders than an internal combustion engine has, the longer time period between combustion events. Is that right? That's wrong. That's backwards. Technician B says each stroke cycle of the internal combustion engine causes the crankshaft to rotate 1 time. Neither technician is right. Which of these engines types operates most smoothly? 6-cylinder, 8-cylinder, 4-cylinder, or D, there is no notable difference. Actually, B, the more cylinders you have, the smoother it is. Which hybrid electric vehicles currently use a Miller cycle engine, which is slightly different?
Prius.
What?
Prius.
What do you think? Anybody?
I'm just gonna say none of these.
None of these. Very good, Adam. What's the term used to describe engines where the intake valve is left open for a short time after the piston begins its upward cycle on the compression cycle? Atkinson cycle, and finally, well, we got 2 more questions. An active motor mount may be controlled by what?
Springs.
Springs. Yep. Yeah, there's fluid-filled motor mounts, and there's also electric motor mounts that are controlled by the PCM too. Identify this engine component. Does anybody know what that engine component is?
Cam lock.
Hmm?
Cam lock.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, you're talking about the thing with the arrow on it.
Oh, alright.
Cam position sensor.
Now, wait a minute. What? What are you talking about?
Something with an arrow on it, dude.
What is this right here?
Oh, cam phaser.
Very good. Don't can't get none past him.
Is that what
That's a cam phaser.
But what's it pointing at?
Yeah, it has
It's got an arrow pointed to the flag.
The arrow is just telling you which way it's turning. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, but it's still turning that way. You know what I mean? So basically, it's a cam phaser. Is what it is.
Alright.
Everybody like them answers?
All the others is-
Don't get confused by the arrows. All right. Everybody happy with that? Now then, you guys put your tests in where you're supposed to be. And look what Inifix. I mean, they faxed me something.
Oh, yeah,
Wiring schematic. Yep.
Oh, cool.